Just stop wasting your time, bro. Just stop wasting your time. People tell you, oh, you're young, you have a lot of time, don't worry about it. You have all this time ahead of you. It's a lie, bro. You don't know if tomorrow you're gonna still be here. You'll never know. What you have to do right now in this day and age is just focus on getting a skill. Whatever skill it is, just focus on getting a skill and learn it. And that's all you have to do in this day and age. It's just gonna pay you in the long run. Of course, make sure where you're gonna invest your time. Anything that you feel, anything that you like, be real. I don't wanna say be realistic. I'd say more know your place. Watch what you like, what's the kind of stuff that you like, and go for it. And be delusional. This is one of the things I don't like when people say be realistic. Because at a point you have to be delusional for any goal that you want, for anything that you want to achieve. You have to be delusional at some point. So know your place, I'd say know your place and be delusional. And go towards it, run towards it. And something else, get your mind straight, bro. And now you're not in a position for you to all this fucking trauma, all this fucking bullshit. Get rid of it. This is not the time for it. The only thing why you overthinking all this bullshit, all this crap, this shit happened to me, or my childhood, whatever. The only thing why you think about it is because you don't have nothing else to do. You need to keep your mind busy. That's the only way you're gonna keep your mind sharp. That's the only way you're gonna truly keep your mind sharp. And get your nutrition right. How you gonna do those two things? Well, get your mind right by stop consuming dumb shit. Instead of consuming, instead of produce. Instead of eating junk food all the time. I eat junk food sometimes, but sometimes, not every time. You need to keep the balance into where you want to go. So if you want to succeed, you have to be like this, into things that is going to make you succeed. And stop doing the things that are going to stop you from succeeding. For me, since I was a kid, I always had this thing for learning new things. Since I was a kid, I always been into podcasts. I just want to learn. I just want to get knowledge. I just want to get all of this. And tell me it worked. I'm telling you it worked. Because I understand. If I consume all this stuff that gives me value, if I consume all this stuff that gives me value, and I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to understand the world, eventually, I don't know why, but at some point in your life, you're gonna understand that this is the right track. It's just nature. That's why I always mention nature. I always mention nature. Because you're going towards what attracts you, more leaning into. That tells you a lot. That's gonna solve a lot of your problems. Because you're moving in a good direction. You're moving in the right direction. And that's why, and this is gonna have a cause and effect. For example, I understood this at a very young age. If I'm consuming all this stuff, if I'm trying to become better, if I actually put effort into learning new stuff, eventually something's gonna happen. It's just cause and effect. It's not like I'm just gonna be consuming this and nothing's gonna happen. No, I understood. If I do these things, eventually I'm gonna make it. Why? Because this is what you're leaning into. Now let's say you're leaning into garbage content, junk food, bullshit friendships. It's gonna have an effect. Of course it's gonna have a cause and effect. Now I understood. If I'm doing all these positive things with my life, eventually it's gonna have a cause and effect. And I'm telling you what happened. I started my business. I started going to the gym. I become more confident. I become more resilient, stronger mind, better nutrition. And now I'm able to get all this energy and put it into something that I like, which is this, my business, which makes me feel even better about myself. And if you understand this is gonna put you ahead than most people. People don't understand this, but you need to understand this. You're gonna be ahead of most of people. And it's not about material things. It's not about getting X or Y. It's not about that. It's not only about that. It's about who you are becoming. Because at the end of the day, all that stuff that you want, all these things that you want to get, somebody's gonna get them. But you have to watch who's gonna get them. Who's gonna be the person that is gonna get them. And that's why you have to become that person first. It's obvious. That's why I think this is very true, where let's say somebody was born in money, they always had everything, everything was great in their life, and they never struggled with anything. And then they grow up, and it's like, they don't have something. I feel like they have something to hold on or something real. I feel like they don't have something to hold on. And I feel like that makes you feel empty. And I'm not being a hater. I'm not a hater. I like money, but I'm thankful that I was born into this. Me to have to go for it. That's something that I'm really thankful. Because you need to understand that you make money. A lot of these people, as I'm saying, money makes them. What happens is that money is just an amplifier. It just doubles up who you are. So if you're a dickhead, you're gonna become a mega dickhead. If you're a nice person, you're gonna become a really nice person. If you're someone that likes to give, you're going to give more. If you're a stingy person, you're gonna become more stingy. And that's what something I always say is, you don't want money, you want what money gives you. All these cars, all these things, you don't actually want that. You want what comes with it, all the experience, the feeling, the recognition, the power. That's what you actually want. That's the only things that you want. So now, don't regret it, bro. You think you're late, bro. I say, just get into the gym. That's the best thing, one of the best decisions I ever made. 100%. It's a whole different thing. It's a must, bro. It's a must, bro. I feel like humans need to understand that working out and moving your body, it's a must. It's just part of our nature. That's why I love nature so much, bro. We're literally monkeys. We're designed to be on the fucking trees, building shit, stuff like that. But what happens when you're not building stuff? You feel like shit. You feel like something's missing. You don't feel good. So when you're not building, naturally you're gonna feel like shit, bro, because you're not doing something that humans are supposed to be doing. Let's say animals in the zoo. Animals shouldn't be in the zoo, but you know what I mean. Animals shouldn't be in the zoo. That's not their nature. Of course, it affects them in some way. Once, let's say, you take them out of the zoo and you put them into the wild again, they're not gonna know what to do because they're used to this kind of life. And the same thing happens with you. Humans are not supposed to just sit in the chair, eating junk food, not moving, not using their brain properly. Humans are not made for this. Humans are built to be in constant movement. That's the superpower of humans, that they have the ability to adapt to any kind of circumstances. But if you adapt to a shitty place, your body's gonna adapt, bro. Your mind is gonna adapt. It's gonna have those thoughts, that negativity. You're gonna adapt to that. But here's what you have to do. You have to be constant moving. You just need to move towards nature. That's all you have to do. You just have to move towards nature, to what you're supposed to do as human. Because as human, you're supposed to be moving. You're supposed to be building shit. You're supposed to be hunting. Go after your shit. If you're not doing those things, you're gonna feel like shit. That's why, one of the reasons why I think depression is a big thing in this century is because of that. People stop doing things that they're supposed to be doing as normal human beings. That's why get into the gym, bro. Start moving your body. And bro, just forget about parties, forget about drugs. I'm not saying be a fucking monk. Don't be a fuck. You can have fun. The difference is, how often do you do it? Every fucking Sunday, every fucking Friday, every fucking weekend. As I say, eventually you're gonna have to pay the bill for that. You wasted time, you wasted money, you wasting your health, you fucking drinking you become an alcoholic, you become a drug addict for being around all these fucking environments. Eventually it's gonna cut up to you. Something's gonna happen. Forget about parties, bro. That's why I say, focus on learning a skill. Forget about girls. Maybe, I'm not saying don't meet girls, but something important that you have to do, 100%. Get your shit straight first, bro. And then everything comes after. Everything just falls into place. That's why I love nature, bro. I love fucking nature, bro. I love to study nature because it just gives you, if not all the fucking answers you need. That's gonna give you most of answers, bro. It's gonna give you most of answers. Get your shit straight first, and then everything is gonna fall into place. Inevitably, remember that. Everything falls by its own way. All these parties, all this fucking fun shit, it's not gonna go nowhere. It's not going nowhere. First, focus on yourself. Get your shit straight. Get your money right. Get your physique right. Get your mind right. Get your nutrition right. Why do you think it's gonna happen? It's gonna fall by its own way. Inevitably. That's why I say last thing you wanna do is get into a bad relationship. Wait 2, 3, 4 years. You could have been working out more, you could have been working more, making more money, getting your mind straight, A lot of you have traumas and are getting into a relationship and end up fucked up, bro. And then you end up fucking stressed with your life. You end up hating your life. So the last thing you wanna get is into a relationship where you're not ready, bro. You're just gonna end up wasting your time. She's gonna waste her time too. She's gonna be in a different position. You know what I mean? It's just not good. It's not gonna benefit either of you. So anyone out there, if you're young and you have shit to fix it first, and then you get into a relationship, and you see, you start seeing results. You start feeling this. I don't know. You just feel it. I don't know how can I explain it, but you start feeling good about yourself. That's all you really need. Focus on you. The same fucking advice, bro. Just focus on yourself. Girl, man, for anyone, dogs, whoever. Just focus on yourself. And yeah, if you wanna learn how to create your YouTube channel, you need help managing it, how to manage all your social media content, just hit me up, get in contact. And also, I don't sell you smoke. Everything works. I give you results. I don't sell you smoke. If you're interested, hit me up. I'm gonna leave my Instagram in the description. Oh, and I'll leave my email in the description too. To the next one.